Rock to this beat.
Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your boy, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Family, you're now rocking with the best, and since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your boy, Captain Will. We got a good one today, y'all. We got a good one today, y'all. We talking about who is going to be the next birdie. Who's going to be the next birdie to commit to the South Carolina Gamecocks? Who's going to be the next one? Who will we add to the 2024 class? Who we're going to add? Well, first off, we scored a huge win. We scored a huge win by getting the services of one Madisen McDaniel. We scored a huge win. This is big for the Gamecocks. We got the 11th ranked player in the country. First off, the 11th ranked player in the country, and I think she's going to improve on that ranking throughout this season. She's a sensational point guard. Rated as the second ranked point guard in the country behind Jaloni Cambridge. But in my eyes, in my vision, I see them as 1A and 1B. You can call it how you want to see it. You can say what you want to say. But we have one of the most elite ball handlers in the country that is coming to the University of South Carolina to do great things in the future. We have a good one. We have a great one. We got and with this, with Madisen, with Maddy joining the being the first one in the 2024 class, you can build around her. You can build around that point guard position. You can do that. And I like to go outside in. So with this recruiting class, my vision would be to start with your point guard. We know that Dawn's going to get a top-rated point guard. She always gets a top-rated point guard every single year to guide this team. And that point guard will play point, will play off ball, whatever the team actually needs. And Madisen is that. She's electrifying. And she's going to be a joy to watch in 2020 and 24-25 season. She's going to be electrifying. And with the knowledge of having a point guard coming into South Carolina, a top-ranked point guard every single year, with Maddy in the 2024 class, we can, and I like to project, I like to forecast, and I would love to run this back August 14, 2024, and we're saying that the 25 point guard that we are going to get is one Mia Paldo. Now, at the Under Armour Elite 24 situation in Atlanta, saw a lot of great players, a lot of sensational players, but you have some players who stick out more than others. Mia stuck out for me. She's little. They say she's 5'7". There's no way in the world she's 5'7". There's no way where she's 5'7". But she is electrifying. She's wonderful with the ball in the hand. She's gritty. She's tough. She's competitive. I would love for her to be the 2025 point guard to come to this class. Right now, she's ranked number 10 in the ESPN 2025 rankings and the second ranked point guard. But I would love for Mia to be a Gamecock next year. But back to Madisen and what she brings to the table for the Gamecocks and what her committing to the Gamecocks early in August means to future recruits. Well, I think it's going to be a ripple effect. I think the ripple effect would be that we won't get Jaloni Cambridge. We are not getting 2 point guards in this class. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And we don't need 2 point guards in this class. We need one. And her name is Madisen McDaniel. We have her. So we won't get another point guard. But what we will get is a couple of bigs to join this 2024 class. And what about a Justice Carlton? What about Justice Carlton for Seven Lakes High School from Texas? Ranked number 6 in the ESPN rankings, 6'2" forward. She announced back in May. With USC being in her top 5. It's August. Some time has passed. I'm not sure when the decision will be made, but Justice Carlton is someone to look at who could possibly be a Gamecock. Her game is very similar to Sanaa Fagan. Size is similar. Sanaa just a little bit bigger, a little bit taller, I should say. Both of them play in the high post. Both of them have great offensive skills. Both of them tries on the defensive end. Both of them can score at multiple levels. Very, very similar. Very similar. And she would be awesome for the South Carolina Gamecocks if she actually left Texas and comes to South Carolina. The player that I actually think is going to be a South Carolina Gamecock is none other than Joyce Edwards. I've said this ad nauseum. I've talked about Joyce a lot, and I will continue to talk about Joyce because she's the number 1 player in the country, and she's from South Carolina, and I think she's going to be a Gamecock. This cannot be overstated at all. Everything comes in cycles. Everything comes in cycles. When you have a top-ranked player in the country at any sport, and they are in your state, you cannot let them leave the state and go other places. This happened for so long with South Carolina natives. You name the sport. Back when I was in school, the top-ranked players went other places. They didn't give the women's program their just due. They didn't do it. They didn't do it in men's basketball. They didn't do it in football. They didn't do it in baseball. So many different sports. The top players left South Carolina. That has changed in the Dawn Staley era. Malaysia Fulwiley didn't leave South Carolina. She stayed at home. Ashlyn Watkins did not leave South Carolina. She stayed at home. Aja Wilson stayed at home. Talasia Cooper stayed at home. There's been a run of top players in the country to stay at home and play for Coach Dawn Staley. I don't see any difference. In a player the caliber of Joyce Edwards leaving the state of South Carolina and going somewhere else to play. I think the fence is around the state of South Carolina, and whatever Dawn Staley and the coaching staff are telling these ladies in the recruiting process is working, and they stay. Could be because they play AAU ball together, multiple years together. Could be that Dawn Staley is watching these young ladies in the 6th grade and the 7th grade, and it's easy to go check out them in a gym that's right down the street than for a coach who resides 2,000 miles away. Relationships matter in any avenue, in sports, in life, in the corporate world, in the Army. Relationships matter. And having a relationship with Joyce Edwards when she was in middle school matters now that she's about to make the biggest decision of her life. So I believe that Joyce Edwards will be the next Gamecock. I believe that she will be the next Gamecock. And I believe that she will make that decision in the near future. Now, with that being said, a recruiting class of Joyce Edwards and Madisen McDaniel, so you have the number 1 player and the number 11th player in the country together. You can go anywhere. You can go multiple directions with the recruiting class and kind of pick and choose what you need. or what the team needs. So you can get a big, you can get another big, because we always need bigs. Camila Cardozo will be leaving. Sakima Walker will be leaving. You know, Sanaa Fagan is a junior. So you can go multiple ways with that as well. So in my world, and I would love to have a Sarah Strong. I would love to have a Sarah Strong who resides in North Carolina. I would love to have the number 2 ranked player in the country. I would love to have a 6'2" player who can rebound, who can play defense, who can score at every level, who can shoot the 3, who is tough-minded, has an amazing all-around game. I would love that. That would make my heart feel wonderful. Of having a Sarah Strong and a Joyce Edwards teaming up with a Maddy Mcdaniel in the 2024 class. You can wrap it up. You can go in and seal the deal. You can seal the deal and say that this is the top ranked. If Sarah Strong and Joyce Edwards, along with Maddy Mcdaniel, commit to the Gamecocks in 2024, the number 1 recruit class is a deal. It's done. Number 1, number 2, number 11, who I think Maddy, who's going to jump up to 8, 7, somewhere around there. You can wrap it up. It's done for the 2024 recruiting class as being number 1. I've heard people say that Sarah Strong and Joyce Edwards play the same position. Well, they did play the same position this past week, and they did go against each other multiple times in scrimmages. I saw it. I loved it. I saw the grit in both of them. It's awesome seeing number 1 versus number 2. It's great seeing the best play the best. I do. I love it. But with that being said, why wouldn't you want number 1 and number 2 players to play in the post on your team? Talent always override whatever. We can find a way. There will be a way. Come on. At times, Joyce can play on the wing. Joyce can play 6'3". She can handle the ball. She can shoot the ball. Sarah Strong at 6'2" can handle the ball. She can shoot the rock. She can shoot the rock better than a whole lot of guards out there. Check the tape. She is a very good shooter. So there's a way. There's a way for all of it to happen. And I would love to see it. Will it happen? I don't know. We could possibly get another wing. We can possibly get a shooter. This class, the 2023 class, we got the best shooter in the 2023 class. His name is Tessa Johnson. We can get another shooter. We always can use another shooter. If Captain Will was doing the recruiting for any basketball team, especially my basketball team, I would say we get a point guard, we get a shooter, and we get a big every class. Because now with the NIL, things change. People move. Stuff happens. But what you will always get is a top-level player to come into the class. And then you mix and match accordingly. That's what I would do. So with that being said, bring on Sarah Strong. Bring on Joyce Edwards. And we roll the dice and see what happens. But first, the first domino has fell. And her name is Madisen McDaniel. So I salute her. Let's bring this championship back home. Let's go back to the Final Four. Let's bring multiple championships. Let's do this thing. This concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your boy, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. We're going to keep coming. We're going to keep doing this thing. And I'm going to continue to find my way into these gyms to watch these ladies play, to be up close and personal, and put my eyes on greatness. Because that's what you deserve if you're watching Captain Will. You're now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your boy, Captain Will. Let's go!
Oh, J-Rock did this